Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the K&D Landscaping YouTube page. This page is dedicated to helping you, the client and the customer of landscape contractors. My name is Justin White. I'm the CEO of K&D Landscaping and the second generation owner, taking over from my parents, Kendall and Dawn, K&D. So today I am going to be talking to you about how to hire the right landscape contractor. So we spent some time last year putting together a really great buyer's guide on how to hire, what to look for, and some other tips and tricks on when you're looking to have a new landscape redone at your property. So first thing we're going to do is go ahead and type in K&D Landscaping. There it is into the search bar. And sure enough, here we are all over the place. So let's start by going to our website. It's going to take us to our homepage. And real quick, we have a lot of great information about our company online. You can learn all about us, our core values, our team. We have blogs to check out, community beautification, press page testimonials, employment opportunities, so much to go into, but I'm going to save that for later. Today's YouTube is all about, wait for it to load, buyer's guide. All right, here we go. So you scroll to the very bottom of our page and you're going to click download guide. And here it is, pops right up, no email, no anything, no catches. You can just download this right to your browser. Here we are. So it's the 7 things you need to know before hiring a landscape company. So we're going to dive right into this. Here's the table of contents. It's hiring the professional, playing it safe, reviewing references, questions, reviewing the bids when plans become reality, and also, last but not least, paying for this expensive landscape. So look, when you decide to do a landscape for your property, I know from experience, it's a labor of love. You've saved money and you've thought about this. This has been a conversation that isn't overnight. I'm sure you and your spouse or you and your family have talked about this landscaping project months, if not years, before even calling a contractor. So I know all about the back end that goes into actually picking up the phone and calling one of us. So I wanted to make sure that when you do pick up that phone and you do give us a call, you're making sure that you are checking off the right boxes and hiring the right people. Now, we get it. We're not going to be the right fit for every project, and we're not asking for it. Just simple economics tell us that we're not going to be able to work for everyone in our service area. Otherwise, there'd be no competition. So here we are. We're going to talk all about who to hire, why to hire, how to hire, and making sure you get the right person for your project. Starting with the number 1, hiring a professional. When a landscaper shows up to your house in a beat-up truck that has trash falling out the back and they're barely able to get to your door, maybe they show up a half an hour late to the meeting, you already know this isn't going to be a person you want to work for. You're going to want to work for someone that's on time, they're professional, they're responsive, because think about it. Before you hire them, they're going to be working for your business. So once you do hire them, that customer service is not going to get better. More than likely, they're going to get a little more relaxed with you. So during the bid process, if they're not responsive, if they're not timely, if they're not professional, more than likely that's going to carry over into the execution side, and it can be very frustrating for an owner. So very important to hire someone that's professional and knowledgeable. I'm going to skim through this, guys, but again, if you want the links in the description here, go to our webpage, download this guide, and read through it yourself. So this is just a quick skim, and you'll be able to get more out of it once you download it. So playing it safe is all about hiring landscapers with license and insurance. Like, you don't want to hire someone that's not licensed and that's not insured. So many things can go wrong. One of their employees can get hurt on your job site, and guess what? They'll sue you because the employer doesn't have insurance. They can bust up a gas line. They can break something off on your house. We have big tractors. If they catch the corner of a roof, you could look like it at $20,000, $30,000 worth of repairs. And if they don't have insurance and a license, you have no recourse of really getting that money back. They're going to be out and you're going to be up the creek. So it's really important that you find someone with a license, and they have to have workers' comp if they have employees, general liability insurance. You want to make sure they're bonded in and for your project. And finally, vehicle insurance. It's important that they have all these insurance. You can request certificates of their insurance. It's free, doesn't cost them anything. So before you hire someone, ask for a copy of their license and certificates of all their insurance. Reviewing references and portfolios. Hey, you wouldn't hire a nanny to watch your kids without checking references. You shouldn't hire a landscaper to come into your backyard without checking references. So ask for some people that have worked for them before, that you can call, you can talk to, maybe visit their properties, see some of their work, and also decide, is this person really a good person and a good fit for you, this company? Number 4 is, what questions should you ask during this pre-bid phase? So, it's making sure they're knowledgeable. So asking, how large will my new plants and trees grow? What kind of maintenance is required? What products am I going to have to use to maintain my kitchen, my fire pit, my entertainment area, my deck? Are my expectations realistic with my budget? If not, is a phase project an option? So if you're saying, hey, I got $10,000 to spend, and you're describing this $50,000 project, you want to be able to know. So you want to make sure that your landscaper is going to tell you that. Again, these are more questions you can go through here once you download this. Number 5, very important. Let's not compare apples to oranges. And let's face it, landscapers, we all have a different perspective. We have material that we like to use, and it's not all the same. So make sure that the material, the quantities, and the overall scope of the project is similar when you're comparing bids. For instance, paver stones come in all different shapes and sizes. Some paver stones can be $1.99 a square foot, just round up to $2. Some paver stones could be 10 to 12. So you're thinking, okay, this could be, 5 times the cost. And if you're doing 2,000 or 3,000 square feet of pavers, those dollars add up pretty quickly. So make sure that you don't rule someone out because they're higher. They may just have a different material plugged in than the guy that's really low. And just like the guy that's really low, don't cut him out because he's lowballing. Maybe he just quoted a material that's a little less expensive, and it's something to talk about with him. So apples and oranges, ask questions. When plans become reality. So this is once you pick a landscaper, what can you expect during the phase and during the installation process? You're finally here. You've hired a professional landscaper. You've asked the questions. You've done your research. Now what happens? Well, now is the go time. So it's really important that you understand the process. You ask questions. How long is it going to take? What type of base rock are you putting under my flagstone? What type of soil preparation are you doing for my lawns? There's so much that goes into this. And this page talks a lot about the process so you can be informed and know what to expect. Number 7, last and definitely not least, is paying for your beautiful living space, and mainly not overpaying. And I know a lot of contractor buddies of mine are probably going to be upset with me saying this, but you should never have to pay for something that's not on site. So if a contractor comes and says, hey, this material is going to be here in 6 weeks, but I need $10,000 today so I can order it, I wouldn't fall for that. A good landscaper is going to have terms with their suppliers. So even though it takes 6 weeks, a good landscaper is going to be able to negotiate that with the supplier and not charge you up front. So really, you shouldn't have to pay for anything that's not on site. Once it's delivered, you can expect a bill for material. Once it's installed, you can expect a bill for the labor. So, be curious onto your bills and how things work. Now, you will and you may not get what's called a pre-lien in the mail. So just like we have terms with the suppliers, when you purchase a material, they will send a pre-lien to the homeowner, basically just saying, hey, heads up, a contractor bought this material for your job, and if he doesn't pay, we're coming after you to get paid. So this kind of ties back into hiring a professional landscaper and making sure you do the right investigation, because you don't want to get stuck with the bill. This is pretty normal, nothing to be worried about. As long as you hire a good landscaper, they should be paying their bills and you have nothing to worry about. But do not pay the final payment until you get the lien release and you can certify that landscaper has paid all their debts to the suppliers relative to your project. So again, pre-liens are normal. Make sure you get a lien release before final payment. There's more in this, and there's so much more to know when you're going through these types of projects. So if you have any questions, anything at all, please reach out to me directly. My number is 831-728-4018. You can reach me at info, I-N-F-O, at knDlandscaping.com. If you go on our website, there's many ways to submit ideas, questions, requests for proposals, and of course, download this great buyer's guide. So I hope you enjoyed the YouTube video today. I hope you come away with some takeaways, and good luck on your next project.